Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Ren0216. Yesterday was an off day for me. Just decided to take the day off. Not really any particular reason. I just needed the day. Uh, Today though, today is a fun one. I was craving pad thai yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, well, what can I do to make pad thai within the range of my diet? And I was thinking about it, so went on to Amazon because that's usually my go-to to find low carb stuff, or the store. But our store doesn't. It's getting better, but it's got a long ways to go. Um, so I go and I look it up, and they're like $20, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna like these noodles. I'm like, I don't think I want to spend $20 on something I'm not even 100% sure I'm gonna like. And so I'm thinking, what's a way I can get around this? And I decided I have an idea. I'm just going to take the chicken, slice it up to really small, kind of noodle-like, pretty close to, they're bigger noodles than normal, but they're very thin little strips. And I cooked that and had that as my noodles. It actually turned out really good. My partner loved it. The recipe I found online called for brown sugar, and I'm like, oh, that's easy. So I just got a brown sugar substitute. And they make those, and I had them at my grocery store. I knew we had them, so we did that, and so we got this really low carb, really delicious pad thai, and well, pad thai-esque, I guess, because the recipe I looked up wasn't authentic. Is because the ingredients they use were supposed to be ones that you can find at your typical grocery store and not your Asian store, which is kind of what I was looking at because my Asian store is probably 45 minutes away, drive one way. So, yeah, no, I didn't really feel like, driving all the way out there for that. I might one day like to stock up on stuff, but that day wasn't today. And so I went ahead and made it. My partner loved it. It was a great dinner. We had a blast. It was very delicious because the chicken did soak up the flavor of the sauce and allowed it to kind of simmer in that. And after it was cooked, I fully cooked the chicken first, and then I added the vegetables and sauce, allowed everything to simmer together, and then I added the nuts at the very end. And it turned out amazing. And I was like, oh, this is great. So, I'm like going, yeah, this is actually a really decent way to do it. I know it's not really pad thai, but it was still turned out amazing. It turned out low carb. It allowed me to have the flavors of pad thai, which is what I really love. And we kept it at a very high protein but low carb nutrition, and it was just really, really cool idea. I really did like it. I turned out well. Not all things turn out, experiments turn out well, but that did. That turned out amazingly well. So I was just showing new recipe. So if you ever get the hankering for something like that, yeah, make them really small and use your chicken. It works. I like this time of year because all the healthy stuff is on sale. New Year's resolutions are awesome because a lot of people make the New Year's resolution to be healthier. So all the stores know this, and they put all the health stuff on sale, and I'm just enjoying that right now for the time being because that makes things come down on price. Um, it is a blessing. It definitely is. I I I go there, I stock up, uh, and I freeze a lot too. No, because everybody knows the sales aren't going to be forever. They're going to go back to their. It's like you can kind of break down the sales by month, by kind of what's going to be on sale, by what time of the year it is. You get a good feeling at that because that's the way stores are. And if you look at it, all the stores are about the same. January is going to be the sale months, and then they're going to kick on to the chocolates for the Valentines, and then, the green stuff, like the corned beef is going to be from March, and so on and so forth. You're going to get all this, the sales are going to be kind of correlated around that. And then, yeah, so if you actually look, mm, just thought. But this time of year, I absolutely adore, because then I get my healthy stuff. It's a good thing I love healthy stuff. My grocery store kind of sucks on produce because the produce they get is not the greatest. In fact, I was having a hard time getting bean sprouts, but they had them. They were just because they're so delicate. I mean, they're just not very good condition, and we can never get good strawberries out of there. You always have to throw away at least 1 or 2 strawberries from the bin of whatever strawberries you get because you can never get good ones. And then, yeah, the story of the kumquat is it's like all their produce is like this. And I do my best. You would think in the South, oh wow, you're in the South. You probably get like the freshest stuff. Not necessarily. No, I thought I would, but actually I got better produce when I lived up north. So I don't know. That it just blows my mind right there. I'm like, wow. So that's fun times, fun times. Um, I do notice that a lot more people are hitting the stores lately and they're going nuts over eggs. I don't get it. And I see a lot of memes about that too. But then I'll be honest with you. I don't really like eggs all that much. I like the white part of the egg, but I don't really care for the yolk. So I have to absolutely be in the mood to eat eggs in order to like actually eat eggs. So it's rare that I ever do. And sometimes I'll get in the mood where I want a hard-boiled egg with Maggi, but for the most part I don't actually really eat a lot of eggs. So eggs in my house last a very long time. My partner eats them more than I do, and he doesn't really eat them that often. So I didn't realize how expensive they'd gotten until I started seeing all these memes. I'm like, oh, this is a good thing we don't eat a lot of eggs. But I have been like cooking more, like I'm baking stuff and trying to come up with some recipes. So yeah, we're probably gonna go through more eggs now because I'm playing around in the kitchen and I'm trying to come up with new ideas, like to make healthier versions of comfort foods, basically. But they have to taste like, that's the key. They have to taste good. They can't, I mean, anybody can make a healthier version of a comfort food, but if it's gross, then what's the point? I mean, you're going to be you're going to be eating this. Any calorie you put in your body, you better enjoy that calorie. Because if you don't absolutely enjoy that calorie, why are you eating it? That's my question. So that's why I want comfort foods that taste good. I've even done that with actually the country gravy. I played around with that. I've done it's it's like the biscuits though is what I'm trying to think about. Our American biscuits, which I guess everybody else calls scones. True story. But I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But yeah, like sausage and biscuits and gravy. That is a comfort food, and it's not like it's all my all-time favorite food or anything. It's just I like it once in a very blue moon, maybe once every few years, because it's uh, sometimes every few years I might actually think it sounds good more than actually tasting. Um, that being said, it's still nice to be able to be like, if I want it, I can make it, and I can make it pretty low calorie, healthy, but still taste delicious. That's important that it has to taste good, like the pad thai tonight, which kind of burpy from. I apologize because I had bell peppers in it, and yeah, things that my body hates: eggs and bell peppers, but not enough for me to stop eating them. So there you go. But it was I think like the whole process though, it blew my mind because even with cutting the chicken up and cutting the carrots and everything like that, from start to I washed all the dishes and put everything away and we got done eating was less than an hour. That's homemade. Cutting everything up, making it from scratch, less than an hour, and that's cleaning all the dishes when you're done. So there's nothing left to do in my kitchen right now except maybe convince the cat to not stalk the mouse under the stove. I don't know. I think we might have a mouse under the stove because we get mice all the time because our windows don't actually close all the way. So you think they would learn better. That's not dumb. You'd think they'd be smarter and not come to my house because, yeah, one of my cats is really great at catching mice, and he's a sharer, very big giver, that one. Yeah, Mo, he's awesome like that. He loves to share his kill with me, sometimes parts of it, sometimes on my bed. I prefer it mostly when it's on the floor in the bedroom versus the bed. So, yeah. Yeah, I like it better actually when he shares them in here. True story, because the floors are wood and easier to disinfect and clean. So, yeah, a lot better than having to go do laundry from gross. But yeah, gotta love pets though. They're givers, that one. So I just was really excited. I wanted to share my pad thai experience with you. If you're interested, I can share the recipe. Uh, it's just one I found online. It is kind of geared to make to be able to get at a regular grocery store versus an Asian store, and it is a very good recipe. It does taste delicious, and what I did is I substitute it does the recipe did call for either shrimp or chicken, but what I did is I kind of doubled that chicken portion and then sliced it really small, and that's how I got like the noodle-esque, right? Ups the protein. And it made it big enough for like 2 meals. We always get like a lot of leftovers in my house because when I make a meal, and if I use like a pound of turkey for my partner and that's 2 meals for us. It really is. I don't eat much anymore because of my stomach surgery, and he doesn't need to eat a lot. I mean, I'm sure he can eat the whole amount that I cook, but it doesn't make it healthy. So I typically portion this out. I get my little amount and I give him a normal size amount. And then I put the rest away in a container. I used to let him have the leftovers, but now it goes in the container because we're both health conscious. We're both not starving ourselves, clearly, but we do moderation. We're not trying to overeat or trying to eat unhealthy. We still get treats now and again, but I try to keep it more on the healthy side. I keep healthy snacks going, and I don't overfill his plate anymore. So, yeah. And it's easy for me to not overeat because I quite physically can't anymore since the surgery. But the funny thing is, I lost a lot of the weight before the surgery, so I don't know. Anyway, the sun is shining. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, I think, which will be normal. I hope not too bad because I have to go to an appointment tomorrow, so that'll be fun. When it first rains, especially if it rains really heavy, the roads are very slick, and then people act stupid. I am used to driving on slick roads, clearly, because I've driven on roads with ice before. So, but yeah, a lot of people here are dumb. I don't. They act stupid. So I, it just safety first, I suppose. Anyway, I am glad you came to my channel. I hope you learned something. Honestly, next time, try making smaller. It really did work. It worked amazingly well. And like the spaghetti squash for spaghetti, everybody knows that trick. And then I was thinking that I don't want to do that because that's not pad thai. So then that's why I came up with the chicken. I don't know. It worked though. So sometimes it's serendipitous. With that in mind, make sure you hydrate, drink your water, hydrate. And your imperfections are absolutely beautiful because they are unique and they are what make you you. And with hope, anything is possible. So never, ever give up hope. Until next time, I love you all. Bye.